True stories, what? Miracles, what?
Hello guys, I'm back here, True Story Guy, and today I will be reading a super boring book for you guys. Oh my god, how boring will this be? If you are some sort of conspiracy lover, you might love this though. This is my first real ASMR video, but I know you'll sleep like somebody, I don't know what. You'll sleep, you know. The book we will be reading today is named Fingerprints of the Gods by Graham Hancock. The quest continues. This is the front. I will now touch it for you guys because I know you love it. Some nice triggers. Oh wait, that was a scooter bike coming through. Now I will touch it for you guys. Okay guys, that's enough touching for now. I think my fingerprints are all over this book now. You get the joke, don't you? Now, I've had this book for quite a while now and haven't started reading it yet. I think I even have this book for more than a year. But now finally, oh, somebody in my house made a noise. I'm sorry. Finally, I'll be starting to read in this book. Well, let's begin, I guess. First off, I will read the front and the back. Here we go. New edition of the #1 bestseller includes 40,000 word update and 16 pages of new color photographs. Wow, isn't that amazing, guys? Now for the back. Graham Hancock, best-selling author and television presenter, has a highly controversial view of history. His theory about a mysterious, lost civilization that brought knowledge to other people around the world has attracted such a wide audience that it stands to replace conventional views of the past. By BBC Horizon, December 2000. Well, I guess this book is quite old then, if it's from December 2000. Let's go on. Fingerprints of the Gods is the revolutionary rewrite of history that has persuaded millions of readers throughout the world. An intellectual detective story, it directs probing questions at orthodox history, presenting disturbing new evidence that historians have tried but failed to explain. Wow, how intriguing, guys. Accurate ancient maps that show the world as it last looked during the Ice Age, thousands of years before any civilization capable of making such maps is supposed to have existed. Evidence of the devastating cataclysms that shook the earth when the Ice Age came to an end. Extraordinary scientific and astronomical information encoded into prehistoric myths. The incredible feat of the construction of the Great Pyramids of Egypt and of the megalith temples on the Giza Plateau. Sorry. If I'm speaking like Donald Trump right now, it's because I try to articulate with triggers for you guys. The mysterious astronomical alignments of the pyramids and great swings, the antediluvian geology of the swings, the megalithic temples of the Andes, the myths of Viracocha and Quetzalcoatl, the pyramids of the sun and the moon in Mexico, the doomsday calendar and eerie memories of ancient Maya, the warning from the Opie of Arizona, hated by some, loved by others. It has infuriated academic historians, provoked passionate debates, inspired travelers with a new sense of curiosity about many of the world's most mysterious ancient sites, and opened minds. For this new edition, Hancock has added 40,000 words of new text with a comprehensive introduction to respond to critics and bring readers up to date with developments in the debate and the complete transcripts of his interviews with BBC Horizon, which were controversially cut and edited for the documentary Atlantis Reborn. Wow, this is so controversial, guys. I just hope you sleep at this point, because if not, you'll be sleeping in 5 seconds. Where was I? The subject of a Broadcasting Standards Commission judgment, together with 60 new pages of color photographs by Santa Vaya. Wow, guys, this is so amazing. Visit the website grahamhancock.com. Let's see if I'm still recording before I get to reading. guess we'll start reading now. On the first couple of pages, I see a lot of quotes about how good this book is. And I don't care to read it for you guys because I already read a lot of quotes on the back of the book. If you want me to read these pages also, subscribe to my Patreon. Now for the contents page. Let's read it together. First, acknowledgements. New introduction. Then for part 1. Introduction. The mystery of the maps. Chapter 1. A map of hidden places. Chapter 2. Rivers in the southern continent. Chapter 3. Fingerprints of a lost science. Now for part 2. Foam of the sea, Peru and Bolivia. Chapter 4. Flight of the Condor. Chapter 5. The Inca Trail to the Past. Chapter 6. He came in a time of chaos. Chapter 7. Were there giants then? Question mark. Chapter 8. The lake at the roof of the world. Chapter 9. Once and future king. Chapter 10. The city at the gate of the sun. Wow guys, this book seems pretty epic. Chapter 11. Intimations of Antiquity. Whoa. Chapter 12. The end of the Viracochas. Oh no, guys. Now for part 3. And guys, this book is super thick, so there will be a lot of chapters, I think. For part 3 now. Plummet Serpent, Central America. Chapter 13. Blood and Time at the End of the World. Chapter 14. People of the Serpent. Chapter 15. Mexican Babel. Chapter 16. Serpent Sanctuary. Chapter 17. The Olmec Enigma. Chapter 18. Conspicuous Strangers. Chapter 19. Adventurers in the Underworld. Journeys to the Stars. Okay, guys. As you can see, And I think it's not a good vibration to end your day with, to be swearing in your ear. But that's just me, you know. Don't want to get cringe on y'all, but sometimes it just happens, you know. Sometimes you just cringe. It's a part of life. But for life lessons, I'll make another video. Let's just begin. First few pages are just Graham Hancock defending himself because all these TV channels have attacked him because of his controversial ideas, and they've also taken him out of context, so he's just trying to defend himself, but that's just some feminist type stuff I don't want to get into, guys. Yep, that was a bit cringe, but you're probably already asleep, so it doesn't matter. I can do what I want now. You want me to touch the book again, guys? How does that feel, guys? You like it? I hope you like it. Oops, I bumped into my table. Type stuff, or not feminist, I mean, I don't know what I mean, but just him defending himself for about 20 pages or more. We get into part 1, introduction. First he shares an email, but we want to get into the good stuff, right, guys? Oh no, I'll read the email. Subject: Admiral Perry Rice World Map to Professor Charles H. Hapgood, Keene College, Keene, New Hampshire. Dear Professor Hapgood, your request for evaluation of certain unusual features of the Perry Rice World Map of 1513 by this organization have been reviewed portrays the Princess Martha, coast of Queen Maudland, Antarctica, and the Palmer Peninsula, is reasonable. We find this is the most logical and in all probability the correct interpretation of the map. The geographical details shown in the lower part of the map agrees very remarkably with the results of the seismic profile made across the top of the ice cap by Swedish-British Antarctic expedition of 1949. This indicates the coastline had been mapped before it was covered by the ice map. The ice cap is this region. The ice cap in this region is now about a mile thick. Next page, guys. Are you already sleeping? I hope you are. Let's read a bit more. We have no idea how the data on this map can be reconciled with the supposed state of geographical knowledge in 1513. Well, guys, basically what this says, if you have no idea what this book is all about, this professor just confirms that he has a map that has some parts of the world on it that weren't even discovered by the people around that time. They couldn't be discovered, so it's not sure how the data came to be on this map. Somebody put it on the map while it wasn't even officially discovered in this time. There were no, you know what I mean, and if you don't, doesn't matter. I'm just reading. Don't attack me here. Just sleep. I just want you to sleep now, okay? I'm just talking for you. It doesn't mean you have to correct me if I'm wrong, yeah? Just listen to my soft voice. Let's read for a couple more minutes. This now, Mr. Hancock reacts to this email. Despite the deadpan language, Olmeyer's letter is a bombshell. If Queen Maudland was mapped before it was covered by ice, the original cartography must have been done an extraordinarily long time ago. How long ago exactly? Conventional wisdom has it that the Antarctic ice cap in its present extent and form is millions of years old. On closer examination, this notion turns out to be seriously flawed. So seriously that we need not assume the map drawn by Admiral Perry Rice depicts Queen Maudland as it looks millions of years in the past. The best recent evidence suggests that Queen Maudland and the neighboring regions shown on the map passed through a long ice-free period thousands of years ago. This evidence we shall touch upon again in the next chapter. How exciting, guys. Liberates us from the burdensome task of explaining who or what had the technology to undertake an accurate geographical survey of Antarctica in, say, 2 billion before Christ, long before our own species came into existence. Okay, so somebody mapped this part of the world without people even existing. Strange. By the same token, since map making is a complex and civilized activity, it compels us to explain how such a task could have accomplished even 6,000 years ago, well before the development of true first civilizations recognized by historians. Let's go on for a couple of minutes more. In attempting that explanation, it is worth reminding ourselves of the basic historical and geological facts. Let's speak some facts, guys. Number 1, the Piri Reis map, which is a genuine document, not a hoax of any kind, was made at Constantinople in AD 1513. It focuses on the western coast of Africa, the eastern coast of South America, and the northern coast of Antarctica. Piri Reis could not have acquired his information on this latter region from contemporary explorers, because Antarctica remained undiscovered until AD 1818, more than 300 years after he drew the map. The ice-free coast of Queen Maudland shown in the map is a colossal puzzle, because the geological evidence confirms that the latest date it could have been surveyed and charted in an ice-free condition is 4000 before Christ. Somebody just went to the toilet. I wonder if he farted or shitted. It is not possible to pinpoint the earliest date that such a task could have been accomplished, but it seems that the Queen Maudland littoral may have remained in a stable and glaciated condition for at least 9,000 years before the spreading ice cap swallowed it entirely. There is no civilization known to history that had the capacity to need to survey that coastline in a relevant period between 13,000 before Christ and 4,000 before Christ. In other words, the true enigma of this 1513 map is not so much its inclusion of a continent not discovered until 1818, but its portrayal of part of the coastline of that continent under ice-free conditions, which came to an end 6,000 years ago and have not since recurred. Oh my god. How can this be explained? We're at the page 5. How could this be explained is a good cliffhanger, I think. I hope you've already fallen asleep. So this will be the end of the video, and please guys tell me if you want me to read more out of this book. I have a lot more video ideas I want to make for you guys, but if you want me to read this book again, I'll do it for you. I also have the sequel and the sequel of the sequel and some other books